I'm Jeanette K Caines from Jewelry Arts Inc. In this video, I'm going to show you how we solder together a double-headed snake ring.
Yep.
Okay. So you see this beautiful ring that Della's done. She's done this gorgeous little snake head, and we've got the shank right here. So we're getting ready to solder the little guys together. So I've just got the head top side down, sort of lightly pressed into this magnesium block so it's a little soft. I've got this held in a third arm with the rest of the ring on the other side so it doesn't get in the way when we solder. And so then what I'm going to do, I'm going to fiddle with these two until they're beautifully up together. And then we're going to use some 20 karat soft. I'm going to ball it up in little balls. I'm going to put some right here. I'm going to heat it and solder it together. And then all we do after we solder, we just do a little blending so his little neck looks, you know, like it was always one piece. Okay? Sounds good. Because, you know, stuff like this is not hard at all to solder. It's really just about getting everything like in the right spot. And that's why usually I use a relatively soft block so that I can kind of press this down just a little bit. But setup is always the worst part. It's the most persnickety. And if it takes too long, then I take it out and edit it and pretend that I did it really fast. But in reality, setup takes the longest amount of time of anything. And you filed the end of this a little bit so that it would match up more or less, because we'll clean it up afterward as well.
Too, that we could use that.
Gotcha. So you see that? That looks, for what we've got there, that looks pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to flow some solder in there. And almost always when we're doing this, we're going to be using some kind of 20 karat. We normally start with the 20 karat because it's just like super cooperative and flows really well. And the reason I almost always ball it up also is it just leaves less scars, you know, less stuff to clean up. And as you may know, cleaning up, fuck that, is my official policy. So I'm not going to use super tiny pieces of solder. I'm going to be a little generous because it has to like fill in the neck with a little extra so that by the time you clean it up, it all just, you know what I mean, looks like one thing. Okay, so I'm going to paste flux there and dry it, and we'll start with that and we'll see what we got.
So you wait and make this whole thing?
I might go down to a 0 tip, as much as I do enjoy the ginormous thing, yeah. Wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Thank you. So you see what I mean? Like that's relatively speaking, that's a pretty big piece of solder, but I need that to all flow in and have a little extra, which is why I'm being slightly more generous with my soldering. Okay?
Absolutely.
Now, I've got two things. One's bigger, one's smaller, so I have to have a little more heat on the big thing, or else otherwise the solder's going to want to just run onto the smaller thing. Right. So my heat primarily is on the shank. I've got my tweezers here in case anything needs to be poked. Bless you. No matter what noise you make, you get a bless you. That's how we do it. Just so you know. And you notice there's no dicking around. We're not heating the whole piece because that does nothing. And by that, ta-da.